along with obviously what he's done physically.
I mean, that's what you count on your leadership for, because things are always going to happen during the course of the season. Whether somebody getting hurt, we're a little depleted here, depleted there, or, whatever happens, a loss on the road or what have you. There's always going to be things that you don't want to take place. So that's the beauty of having veteran leadership. And Geno's not a senior, but he's a veteran player that everybody respects and knows that, he's going to be ready to go and we'll go when it's time to go. So, that's how teams operate. It's just like anything else that you rely on those guys not only to perform well, but also, help steady the ship when things aren't going so well. And to the performance part, I mean, you talk about guys doing things in practice and then having it carry to the game. I think he had 2 picks last week in practice, so maybe not on the same exact routes or patterns, but just doing things right during the week, and those things will tend to show up. So he's a good illustration of that, certainly.
Is he another one of those players where you wondered why more schools weren't looking at him when you guys were recruiting him and liked him?
Yeah, I think I mentioned that Saturday. And I know Kent State, I think the Patriot League schools were looking at him too. We just saw he's a good football player. Maybe he's not tall enough, quite tall enough, or quite fast enough, but he plays good football. And I hate to use the word instinct because that makes it sound like the guy doesn't work at it. He works at it. There's instinctive players tend to be guys that really study and they get a little edge through being smart players. So I think he's a really smart football player. He's a quarterback, that probably helps a little bit too. And he's just a good all-around football player that maybe other people thought wasn't quite, not quite, but we thought he's pretty good.
That open field tackle where he came out of nowhere, was that some of that instinct? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's not all instinct, but it's just, some guys just have a knack of doing some things better than others, and that defies maybe their measurables. I guess that's a better way to put it. So, and we've had a history of having guys that, we're going to honor a guy here in a few minutes that, quote unquote, wasn't quite big enough. Not only can we envision him being a great inside player in the Big Ten, but I'll go back to talk about night games. I guess that was Penn State, the state of the theme, right? But a couple of plays he made in that game out there when we really needed one, and one led to a interception, critical interception, get us the ball back there at the end. So, certain guys just have a knack of doing certain things, and I think that's just because they work at it and they're just very, very determined, and Geno's certainly that way.